Hello traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup webinar. Hope everybody's having a great trading session. It's been actually a really slow session. I'm sitting here looking at this Euro Aussie, trying to, seeing if it's gonna break out. One of the things that just thinking here is we've come out of this triangle pattern, right? We've come out of this triangle pattern. We're building another triangle pattern. So I think a break above like this 156.70 level is going to be pretty bullish. But I'm also looking at, not only the Euro Aussie, but also like the Pound Aussie. The Pound Aussie as well has been, we've got this channel that we're respecting. So I think as long as we stay above, the 180 level, you definitely don't want to get below this, this channel support. But I think even some of these 4-hour bodies of these candles, you want to stay above as well. But overall, the market is, just staying very quiet. Equities are still strong. You look at S&Ps; they're near their highs of the session. I know, it's amazing. It's like nonstop bullishness. But here we go. We're just at the highs right now. The Nasdaq was trying to turn a little bit lower earlier, and it popped right back up again. The Dow, is just staying, right up against its highs. And even like, but you look at like these commodity currencies like the Aussie, I'm still short at 30 and at 76.30, but I'm a little worried that we might pop through these highs, just like, kind of a last minute squeeze type of thing. I'm kind of concerned that we might get that going into Asia, and I'm speaking out loud right now, but couldn't you see it? Couldn't you see this? Like, it's Monday, equities are stronger, here goes the S&P, right? We rally to highs. And this happens like tonight, tomorrow, right? Tonight, tomorrow. And couldn't you just see the Aussie doing something like this? Rally through the resistance and then reverse. Couldn't you just see that? I see it. I don't know. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if I really want to stay short. I'm trying to hold on right now, but with equities as strong as they are, it's like, maybe I'll just pull the plug and stick an order out at 77 cents and hope that I get, triggered overnight, like in Asia, and then get short up there. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I haven't acted on it, but the market's cruel. It's very cruel, and yeah, so anyway, those are just some thoughts. But the FX market is actually pretty darn quiet right now. The euro is just kind of holding on to gains. Looks like the Nasdaq's breaking higher. Let me see where the Nasdaq's at. Looks like we took out a little bit of resistance here. Yeah, taking out a little bit of resistance, but we're just nudged up against the highs, but something we need to pay attention to. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm really not, I'm not excited about anything at the moment. It's more of that, let's sit around and wait, especially in FX. FX is not budging, which is interesting considering stocks are as strong as they are. We're not seeing any type of FX market response other than, I guess the commodity currencies are strengthening a little bit. The Kiwis bounced some, dollar Canadian's come down a little bit, but still well above its opening prices for overnight. So again, it's just kind of quiet. Let me think about anything else. Stelios was just saying something about shipping costs. So let's take a look at the Baltic Dry Index. Okay, and I guess the Baltic Dry Index is up significantly today because this is the end of day but he said it's up significantly intraday. So like up like 7% or something like that. So that's something to be, paying attention to. I don't know if it's really going to influence FX too much, but something that we should note. Let's see, cable. Take a real quick look at the cable. It's just kind of meandering around. Still struggling around the 38% retracement, but I'm just not finding anything, exciting to do at this moment. But I do believe as we get into this week, things are going to get more exciting. I do believe that personally. So, sometimes the best trade is just no trade. And that's kind of where I'm at today. Do you guys have any questions about anything else that you might be looking at that I can take a look at for you? Alan asks, what do we think of the euro yen? Hey, the euro yen, once again, I mean, look, we are still below this 130.50, 130.60 level. I mean, I can't be bearish, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to be bullish while we're below this breakout point. So I think if you get back below maybe 129, somewhere down here, it starts to open up some downside. Amira asked for IWM. Yeah, IWM, head and shoulder pattern still. It's definitely an underperforming index. The one thing I would say about IWM is this, and this goes same with like the NASDAQ. When the stock market turns, it may not turn this week, it may not turn this month, but it will turn at some point. We all understand that, right? No markets go up straight up forever. It's very crazy what's happened over the last basically 12 months, but it's not common and it's not going to happen forever. At some point, the market's going to turn. If it happens soon and we start to see a sell-off in equities, you got to focus on shorting IWM and shorting NASDAQ. Those are the two indexes that I would be focusing on. Cedric asked about crude oil. Let's take a look at crude. I don't even know. I mean, crude, while it's below 62, 60, whoops, that's not what I want to look at. Let's WTI, sorry. I'll just pull it up over here. While it's below the 62 level, we still have a head and shoulder pattern developing. Maybe it's a little bit of a triangle. Maybe it's a false breakout there. It's hard for me to get bullish because it's kind of, while we're below this trend line, broken trend line, it's hard for me to get bullish. And definitely while we're holding below 62, 63 bucks, I have a hard time being bullish. But at the same time, it's not going to turn lower unless risk assets turn lower. And that's just not the case. But it is interesting, kind of like the Aussie, kind of like the Kiwi, kind of like the Canadian, the lack of upside follow through, the lack of upside follow through that crude commodities are having as stocks barrel higher is very significant, especially for the bearish outlook moving forward. It's the same thing like with IWM and the NASDAQ. If equities ever turn lower, if the markets turn, the S&P turns lower, Dow turns lower, you got to start looking at the downside in crude. But I don't think we can get excited about it while we're above 57. Is it 57? 57 and a quarter, but basically 57 bucks. All right. All right, guys. Hey, I just want to say thank you all for your support. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I know it's quiet. There are going to be quiet days in the market. And, it's just important to be prepared and have some things, in your mind on what you want to do to take action should the market move. And like right now, if stocks could ever weaken, I have a plethora of things that I want to trade. Short Aussies, short peso, short, Canadian dollar, short NASDAQ. I mean, it's like it stays fresh on my radar, but it was the same radar that was going on last week. So anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. Thanks, Irina.